What's going on, everybody? My name is Jesse, and welcome to My Wrestling Show, the place where we talk about all things wrestling. And I want to talk about a few wrestlers, a team, and a weight class whose stock has really improved this year so far. And first up, we have Peyton Rob. He has shown he is a true title contender in a 157-pound weight class. Now, he started his career at 165 pounds. Last year, he cut down to 157. He started the season with a great win over the returning national champ in Austin O'Connor, and ultimately at the end of the year, finished in 4th place. And he has continued to grow off those gains. He's had 2 great wins this season. One over Jared Franick 2 weekends ago, and a very dominant win over Ed Scott this past weekend. I mean, he controlled Ed Scott from beginning to end. It was a very complete match. Peyton Rob was able to ride Ed Scott for over 5 minutes. I've watched basically all of Ed Scott's matches as an NC State fan, and I have never seen him getting ridden like that. Peyton Rob is looking like a true title contender this year. I want to take you through a clip from the Peyton Rob and Ed Scott match, what is my exchange of the week. So as we watch this clip, guys, focus in on Ed Scott's left arm. He gets the underhook. That's the key detail here. He pushes with the underhook. When he has the underhook in there, he's safe. But then his final push, he just pushes with both hands, and it allows Peyton Rob to spin around and get the 2. So he's here. He's pushing. He goes for the underhook here. He loses it. He gets back into the underhook. He pushes. He gets a nice little snap down here. And then he kind of pulls his arm out here and just pushes. And Ed Scott and Peyton Rob's able to shuck him by for the 2 points. Let's watch that one more time. He's pushing, snap down. And then he's trying to get a stall here probably. And he pushes, shuck by, 2 points. Just a really, really impressive match by Peyton Rob overall. His stock gone way up so far. At the beginning of the year, 157 pounds. There's a lot of contenders here. There's no one who's really sticking out. Peyton Rob is starting to stick out as the favorite. If I have to pick today who's going to be the national champ at 157 pounds, I'm picking Peyton Rob. The next guy on my list whose stock is shooting up, Jackson Smith, 197 pounds of Maryland. This past weekend, he beat Zach Bronigal of Illinois at the Tiger Style Invite. He actually pinned him. He also wrestled Bernie Truax. Bernie Truax, a really, really excellent wrestler, finished 4th last year at the NCAA tournament. Got a takedown on Bernie, ultimately lost the match 6-4, but he was in that match. If he's pushing Bernie Truax to the limit, he's going to find himself competing with the top tier guys again and again. Now, it's going to be really tough. 197 pounds is a deep weight class, but Jackson Smith, his stock is going up. He's starting to show he's going to be a guy that can end up on the podium at the end of the year. And the last wrestler I picked whose stock is going up, it's kind of an obvious one, Caleb Henson. He beat Sammy Sasso in a 3-5 overtime match. Sammy Sasso was dog-tired, yes, but Sammy Sasso, he is a surefire All-American. If you wrestle the NCAA tournament 100 times, Sammy Sasso is going to be on the podium 99 times. He is a national finalist. He placed 5th last year, so even a dog-tired Sammy Sasso is a really, really quality wrestler. And so Caleb Henson, he's another guy in 149 pounds who has the potential, his stock is going up, to be on the podium at the end of the year. Which, that takes me into the weight class whose stock is really going up. The 149 pound weight class, stock up. It started the year off really deep already with 10 returning All-Americans. Obviously, not all of them were for last year, but 10 wrestlers have All-American in previous seasons. And now you add Caleb Henson, Panero Johnson, Shane Van Ness. These guys are starting to look really good. Caleb Henson beat Sammy Sasso this past weekend. Panero Johnson beat Austin Gomez. Shane Van Ness, we still need to see him against a little bit of a higher level competition, but he's looked really, really good. And so this weight class just keeps getting deeper and deeper. By the end of the year, these guys are probably all going to beat each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these guys have 2, 3, 4 losses at the end of the year. This weight class is just getting more exciting to watch, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. Before we jump on to the next thing, subscribe, like, comment. Let's build a community around the sport that we love, around the sport of wrestling. There's really only 2 media companies that cover wrestling full time, and a lot of their stuff is behind a paywall, guys. I want this YouTube channel to be a place where the casual and hardcore fan can come and get free wrestling content. So I'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and join the channel. Let's get back into talking about wrestling. The team that I chose stock up this week, Virginia Tech. They could be scary good. They did lose the duel to Ohio State. But if I'm a Virginia Tech fan, I'm feeling pretty darn good about that result.
That sure sounds good.
If Bryce Andonian wrestles for Virginia Tech wins that duel against Ohio State. Now, Virginia Tech is always a good program. They always have a really good team. They always have a couple All-Americans. But I don't think anyone expected them to be this good. You have Tom Crook, who is a really, really nice addition at 141 pounds. You have Caleb Henson, who we just talked about, beat Sammy Sasso. You think he has the potential, right? He was a high-level recruit coming out of high school. You always think they have the potential, but you never really know until you see it on the mat. And now we know he has the potential, and he is already beating high-level wrestlers. Sam Latona up and down, but he gets a great win over Jesse Mendez. And then Hunter Katka, he pushes Tate Orndorff to a close 3-2 bout. He almost gets the takedown. And so he's pushing an All-American to the limit. He looks like he's much improved over the previous seasons. And so at the start of the season, if you're a Virginia Tech fan, you're thinking, okay, we have Bryce Andonian and we have Mekhi Lewis. They're going to All-American. We feel good about that. And then maybe Sam Latona and maybe Hunter Boland. They've done it before, but they've kind of digressed this past season. And so you think, best case scenario, we have 4 All-Americans. No one else is really that close. But now you're thinking, okay, Tom Crook could be an All-American, right? Caleb Henson just beat a national finalist. He certainly could be an All-American. And so now instead of a ceiling of 4, you have a ceiling of 6 All-Americans. If you have 4 All-Americans, you're probably in the top 7. If you get 5 All-Americans, you're going to get a team trophy. If you get 6 All-Americans, you could get really, really high in the team standings at the national finals. So these are the wrestlers, weight class, and team that are stock up this year. They are looking really, really strong. Put in the comments who else, what other wrestler, what other team, what other weight class whose stock went up the first 2 weekends of the wrestling season. That's what I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Let's build a community around the sport that we love. See you next time.